Hey, this is Prometheus giving you another scheme breakdown. I'm going to stay with the legendary playbooks. I'm going to be using Tom Flores as the legendary playbooks. Now, the team I'll be using for my full game Friday is going to be the Texans, primarily because I had a disconnect when I was playing that game and I didn't get an official win. So I want to come out and try to get an official win with this team. The formations for the Tom Flores playbook are all under center. There's not a single play in this playbook outside of the Hail Mary play that is in shotgun. So it is critical if you want to be successful to basically get stops on defense and run the ball effectively, because you're in a third and long situation and your opponent sends heat after you, you're going to be screwed. So I don't necessarily think this is probably the best playbook to use, but for the fun of the game, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to break down probably the far and the far twins, and I'm going to go ahead and look into the near, just because these formations you don't see these formations a lot online, and they've got some pretty unique route combinations. Everything else is just standard stuff that you could see. I don't think I'm going to go. I might go into single back in the game just because it's got a nice little Z spot. But other than that, for the most part, I'm just going to break down just a few schemes in this set. So let's start off with the far. Alright, so the far pro, you have the following audibles. You've got slants, of course. You have halfback sweep, which is unique run audible. Generally, most run audibles are dives. You have the wide post, which is a great play, and then you have the play action waggle. Now, because of the way this formation is set up and I've got a waggle, I want to go ahead and take advantage of my quarterback. Usually is a right-handed quarterback, and I'm going to use this play primarily flipped. As far as the plays, the other plays we're going to break down, my base running play is going to be the halfback dive. I like how that releases, that happens. Halfback seam is going to be another play we're going to look at, and I think that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and break down these plays real quick. Alright, so my base play is always going to be the halfback dive. And if you run this against random defenses, what's unique about this play is that you're going to get automatically right up the gut and be able to pick up at least 2 or 3 yards. Now, I'm playing against probably one of the best defensive lines, but as you can see, sometimes you'll get the seam and you'll be able to go ahead and cut it up for more yards. Now, if your opponent is got the line stacked, you can go with the halfback sweep. You've got that outside guard on the left-hand side over by the tight end Graham pulling, so you know you're going to have a little hole, but as you can see, he gets up the field. It allows you to go ahead and cut up the field too. So I've got the line that's stacked over on the left-hand side here. But the guard will actually go ahead and pick a guy up there. As you can see right there, is able to go ahead and curve, go up the middle or off the side and get a touchdown. So this is a fairly simplistic running game. You got basically your runs to the outside. If you got a good running back, I'd probably go ahead and use this. Alright, so the next audible is going to be slants, and basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my tight end and put him a streak or a fade, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my backside wide receiver Johnson and put him on a deep comeback route. And all I'm going to do is going to look to Hobson first and see if he gets followed by his man. If it's off coverage, generally Hobson's going to fall into his zone, where I can actually pick up some pretty easy yards. That was actually kind of a risky play. And if it is, the flat is available to the running back, I'll go ahead and take that, check down, if the guy is actually putting some yellows in the center of the zone. And as you can see right there, over the middle is wide open. And if it's single man-on-man coverage, you can hit him with the comeback route, pick up monster yards on the right-hand side. Alright, so the next audible is going to be the Y post, and what I like about this play is that you have that angle route and you have the deep out route, which allows you to focus your reads on the right-hand side. What you could do if you wanted to make yourself have another dump down is actually go ahead and take your guy, your wide receiver on the left-hand side, which would be Hopkins. You could either put him in a drag if you wanted to focus on the right side of the field, or on a slant route to get a little bit more depth. And you also have that tight end that's actually going to be going down. So another option would be an in route. And really what I'm going to do is I'm going to look off to the right hand side. If I've got basically man coverage, you could tell by the reads that out route should be able to get open for an easy 7 or 10 yards. And in zone coverage, the angle routes always blow up the zones. Man coverage, you've got the tight end that's going to be going over the middle. Actually picked up some pretty good yards because he fell right in the hole. And then if you want to have the comeback or have the in route, actually have nice little blocking just because of the depth of the route. So I like this play because the reads are fairly simple. I've got a levels concept that I can hit an opponent in many different areas of the field. So it's just going to force your opponent to defend against it. All right, and the final audible in this formation is going to be the play action waggle. The running back, the fullback approach, he doesn't necessarily get a very good release on the route. He gets tied up in the blocking, and it actually is delayed. So I want to have a clean release. So what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to go ahead and put him on a swing route to the right-hand side. I like having this play flip primarily because most quarterbacks are right-handed. If you have a left-handed quarterback, you go the other way. Really, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look for the check down, or I'll shoot up if it's man coverage. You can see Graham blew away his defender. And up here, I got up top. That was actually all a blitz. That was the reason I was able to hit that. But my read is really going to be the fullback as far as my first read, and then I'll check up to the crossing tight end, who generally will get a free clean release against his defender. And in man coverage, if I get it, I've got that deep comeback route that should be able to pick up some pretty easy yards for me. So these plays all focus on the right side of the field. You want to have some kind of plays that focus on the left side of the field. So let's take a look at it. Another passing play that you can pick as your base play. The passing play you could pick is HB seams. What I like about this play, once again, is that you have the fullback that has a unique route that goes over to the left. One adjustment I like to do is I like to take the tight end. One adjustment I like to do is I like to take the tight end into play and actually put him in a flat, giving me a first fast read. And I just look for a defender in the area. If nobody falls in the area, I can actually go ahead and chuck it up to the fullback for an easy 5 yards. Also, if the defender comes jetting out, I probably have that hook route to be able to hit because it's man coverage. And then on the back side, I've got the running back actually doing that unique seam route. That route actually won a game for me last time I played. So it's got a nice little complement of plays that routes that you can use in this formation. You definitely gonna have to build off of this formation to be successful. As you can see right there, the hitch route was able to go ahead and pick up some easy yards for me on the left-hand side. So I really appreciate all my supporters and for watching my channel. I'll be rolling this out in a full game, so you can see the formation in action. You can see how successful it is, how it isn't successful. But just to reiterate, this formation, this gameplay is not going to be good unless I get defensive stops and I can run the ball. If I cannot run the ball against my opponent, it's going to be a long game and I might lose. So hopefully that won't be the case. Maybe I'll be able to pull out the victory. To all my supporters and all my subscribers, I really appreciate you viewing and watching. And until next time.